Hello everyone, welcome to Spinning Iris. This is my massive book haul that took place between the summertime and just a couple days ago. Start with the largest ones first. By large I mean the crafty books. And that one definitely started with this one that I got on my birthday. DIY Guide to Tie-Dye Style. Just some fun little ideas to play around with to make my own tie-dye. And second one, kind of got this one on a whim. Star Wars Knitting the Galaxy. Some cute stuff in here. Got a different sort of multi-sci-fi fantasy knitting book. This one is just specifically Star Wars. Now I just need to make a Star Trek one. I wasn't planning on getting another loom knitting book, but I did. Loom Knitting, 35 Quick and Colorful Knits for the Loom. This one's by Lucy Hopping. It's another sort of a how-to one, but the projects actually look like fun and not lame like in the one I'm working on right now. So yeah, as you can see, some interesting stuff in here. The next group is actually some new comic books that I got at AwesomeCon this year. A little group of comics from Greg Wright and Company. This one's Monstrous Baba Yaga, part of the Monstrous collection. Heartbreak and Blood Loss. I don't know why he didn't offer number 1, but I'll have to find him at the next AwesomeCon and get number 1. Okay, also from AwesomeCon, I believe it was author Henri Campen who sold these to me. Great sales pitch, by the way. His Yi Sun Shin collection. This is some South Korean history in comic book form. I haven't gotten to reading it yet. It's definitely on the list. In fact, Stan Lee's got a foreword in this collection. And I think there's a third collection coming out in the near future. So hopefully add that beautiful hardback to this group. Oh, it's got bookmarks. Cool. Just noticed that. Also at AwesomeCon, I got a mystery bag, and in that bag was Fun with Kirk and Spock, which is by Rob Perlman, which is basically a parody of Fun with Dick and Jane. And there's some hilarious artwork and just some hilarious stuff in here. You never know what you're going to find at the dollar store, and I found this one, Alyssa Brandon's Bound to You. This is a novel about werewolves. She's met her mate, and he's met his match. So it's a bit of, excuse you, so this is a bit of werewolf romance found at the dollar store. Let's see, from the July/birthday haul, Richard Kadri's The Grand Dark. A bit of, I think this is alt history sci-fi. Sounded interesting. Haven't gotten to it yet, but yeah. He's author of something called Sandman Slim. Interesting. Also from around that same time, I got Karen Slaughter's The Last Widow. Another one that sounded interesting. I've never actually read anything by Karen Slaughter. On this one, it's quite good as well. A bit of a, what I can see here, a bit of a medical thriller. Yeah, medical thrillers are fun. Also, Tess Gerritsen's The Shape of Night. This was a new, I think this was a newish one. It's another sort of mysterious thriller. I think this one's set in Maine. I don't know. sounded interesting. You hear that word a lot in this video, I think. I seem to be missing a book from that bag. I don't know how that happened. That book is The Seamstress by Alison Pittman. This book my mom got for me. I didn't ask for it. It's set during the French Revolution, like very early in the French Revolution. Know nothing about it. It's kind of interesting, and if I ever find out what happened to it, I'll read it. Anyway, back to what I have physically here. Let's see. The Widow Queen by Elżbieta Jarzynska. It's translated from Polish. I'm not going to attempt her name. I don't want to butcher it. But this sounded interesting. A bit of a historical fiction, I think. Set in Poland. Not entirely sure when. Sounded fascinating. Epic family saga. Love, war. Ooh, Vikings. Okay, so it's very early Middle Ages. I think that's same time. This one was rather random. Her Heart for a Compass by Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York. My mom's a bit of a fan. I figured I'd read this one and tell her all about it. This is set, I believe, in Victorian era England, yeah. But yeah, the Duchess of York is a fascinating woman, and interesting to see how she is as an author of fiction. For a little bit more of historical fiction, we'll have Vinland Saga Book 2 by Makoto Yukimura. Read the first volume. Quite good. Beautiful art, beautiful illustrations. The story's spot on. There's action, there's humor, and a couple of books that were recently turned into films. First one, Those Who Wish Me Dead by Michael Kurita. Kurita? Anyway, looks like there's more going on here than just Angelina Jolie running around in the forest in a fire. So it looks like it's a bit of an action thriller. The book itself sounds rather interesting. I didn't see the movie. Who knows, if I like the book, maybe I will see the movie and see how it compares. And the second one that I found, I just kind of, after reading 13 Reasons Why, I thought I might check this one out. This Dear Evan Hansen, the novel by Val Emick, with the creators of the hit show, Stephen Levinson, Benj Pasek, and Justin Paul. So it's a novel based on a musical that is now a motion picture. Haven't seen this movie either. Figured I'd at least read the book. Also, of course, this summer I got Olivia Dade's Spoiler Alert. Do have some thoughts for this one. Yeah. Also around that same time from Barnes & Noble, got this one, 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. This was a $5 book at the Barnes & Noble cafe when you buy something. The last one I got that way was quite fun, so I'm anticipating this one to be just as thrilling as that one. Different author, but still looks like a similar theme going on here. In an attempt to order a special craft book for my mom, which still hasn't arrived yet, I got a couple of books that were sitting in my shopping cart for a long time. The first one is Banned Book Club by Kim Hyun-suk. So this is set 1983. I believe it's semi-autobiographical for the author. Yeah, this actually sounded interesting. This is a graphic novel. rather simple. I haven't gotten to reading this one yet. Again, I've kind of been in a reading rut, but I do have it ready for when I want to hug it myself and read it. And the second book that I got is one that I've been wanting for many, many years. This is Mary Stuart, The Wind Off the Small Isles, and The Lost One. I hadn't heard about The Lost One, but I'm glad that it's in here. I think it's a short story. It was recently discovered, it looks like. So it was published in Women's Journal in 1960. First time ever in print. And Wind Off the Small Isles, I know, was out of print for a long, long time. The only copy that I could ever see on Amazon was like $500 in hardback. It's like, I want it, but not that much. And now finally have it. Finally have it. Speaking of favorite authors, J.D. Robb's new one, Forgotten in Death. With a poster in the jacket. Sorry for the bones. So yeah, this one looks like it has 2 murders for Eve to solve. And then my October travels through Barnes & Noble have one that I saw in a catalog that sounded absolutely hilarious. This is The Department of Sensitive Crimes by Alexander McCall Smith. I'll just read it. In the Swedish criminal justice system, certain cases are considered especially strange and difficult. In Malmö, the dedicated detectives who investigate these crimes are members of an elite squad known as the Sensitive Crimes Division. These are their stories. So, yes, this sounded absolutely hilarious and I can't wait to read it. There was this one. I don't know why I grabbed... Well, I do know why I grabbed this one. This is What the Hell Did I Just Read by Jason Pargin. I believe this is the author of John Dies in the End. Very, very unusual. This basically says, no, don't put the book back on the shelf. And yeah, I didn't, and I ended up buying it, and I don't know, it was just something weird about it, and I was kind of digging it, and it should be fascinating to read. From the New York Times bestselling author of John Dies at the End, and This Book is Full of Spiders, comes the 3rd installment of this equally horrific and hilarious... Oh! So this is part of a series? Do I need to read the others before I read that one? Ooh. Do I? And of course, it's October. If you watched a previous video, you know I grabbed Sheridan Le Fanu's Carmilla. This gorgeous little book about a vampire. And also, I don't know what I was looking for, but the only Elizabeth Gaskell book that we have in our Barnes & Noble just happened to be North and South. Nice little Penguin classic. So I'll have something Gaskell to read next year. Went to Barnes & Noble, looking specifically for this. Truth of the Divine by Lindsay Ellis, her new book. It's book 2 of what is being called the Noumena series. I think it's Noumena. This is the continued adventure of Cora Sabino. Ooh. Hadn't cracked this open yet, so... Okay. Well, that's very thoughtful. She does have a content warning in here. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Might get to this one sooner than I thought. So the second one I went looking for at Barnes & Noble the other day was one specifically brand new one from Rumiko Takahashi, a new series called Mao, and this is book one. What is this? This is, I believe this is another one that is doing a bit of time travel. Her last series, Renee, was dealing with some more supernatural aspects. Another lengthy series, which for some reason my Barnes & Noble stopped selling, so I kind of lost track of where things were happening in that series, but it was charming. And this one looks like it's going to be as well. This is Taisho era. Probably the most random one I grabbed was The Nutcracker by Alexandre Dumas. This is, I guess, his not an adaptation, well, I guess adaptation, interpretation of the original story. I like Alexandre Dumas, and Nutcracker is a fun story, and this is just a gorgeous little book. Should be a good, quick little read, too. If you think I should read this one aloud, let me know. And another rather random one I grabbed at Barnes & Noble is An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good by Helen Thurston. These are little stories, and I know there's more in this, more in this series. This is about an irascible 88-year-old woman named Maud with no family or friends. Anyway, this sounded entertaining, sort of like the anti-Miss Marple. And the last one. This one I certainly was not expecting. Yeah, this is a new one from Gregory Maguire. It's called The Brides of Merricourt. And this is volume 1 of Another Day. And this is... what is this? Across the sea from Oz, a green girl washes up on an island of 7 women and girls whose lives are bound by ritual practices. Will her sudden appearance disrupt the fates of those on the island and beyond? I have no idea what this book is about. But it looks like it might be connected to his Oz series, which gave me an idea of what I want to do next year in terms of reading. I want to read all of his Oz series, from Wicked to Son of a Witch to, what was it, A Lion Among Men, and then Out of Oz, which I have all 4. I've read Wicked. I'm not sure if I've started Son of a Witch or not, but I'm going to read them all 4. Then I'm going to read this one. I think this cover is just gorgeous. This little half paper cover is a little weird, but why hide a beautiful cover? There's another, the other one he wrote that came out last year. What was that one called? I was planning on reading A Wild Winter Swan this December. I'll wait and see. Not entirely sure where I put it, but definitely next year I'm going to read all of his Oz books. Alright everyone, that is my massive summer-fall book haul. Yep, got a lot of reading to do. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.